So that's inappropriate. Since, yeah, you don't really want a American political style election for the people who are running your church. But I'm on Team Kyle, if that means anything. Did you ever notice the way when you see an orchestra or symphony performing a particularly energetic piece of music, everybody still looks super bored while they're playing it? The music I was just playing, what in rock circles is known as bass face. That's definitely happening there. I guess when you've practiced it that many times, it's no longer quite as interesting. Alright, I'm really tired, so I'm going to try not to look really tired or talk really slowly or drone on about for everything forever. I am not going to respond to everything Kyle said in his last video because that was a long video, but I'm going to try to hit at least the stuff that's more timely and important. So, engaging with culture is important. I think there's even like scriptural evidence that you should engage with the culture around you, especially if you want to call yourself an evangelical church. I think that, unless you're going to go with the Martin Luther definition of evangelical, which is more about gospel and the good news than spreading that good news. Anyway, it's important. I actually have a thing that I've done for years, probably at least since college, because I know that most love songs, love poems can be disassociated from the writer or the singer, especially because, you know, in the case of a song, this person singing may not be the person who wrote it, and the person who wrote it may or may not have been talking about a real thing. Fiction happens. But what I do is, so when you're looking at a love poem, sort of classically critiquing, you talk about the speaker, not the poet, but the voice, the I in the poem, and the beloved is the person or object they're in love with. And so I have this habit of sort of trying to cross-apply and see if it works with different kinds of love. Like, does the sort of love that's being talked about in a song, a love song, does that match or not match with the love of God or the love between siblings, and in what ways do they match up and not match up? That's just something that, yeah, again, free cycles. When my brain doesn't stop, it just sort of gets distracted, which is why my videos kind of get weird. Not weird, but just unorganized. So anyway, I did, Kyle, watch the video for Take Me to Church. The song itself is, I'd say it fits a tradition of things like the Hallelujah song that everybody first heard in Shrek, or was it Light as the Breeze by Billy Joel, that have these sort of intermingling of worship and love in a way that I think, especially given the minor tonality of all of those songs, it emphasizes that there's an admission that it's not particularly healthy, which isn't to say anything about the video. The video is, I have a hard time finding an explicit connection between the song and the video. It's an awful video. I mean, not awful in terms of production values, but awful in terms of it. It's about a secret romance that is found out and punished by an evil, faceless mob. That's it's heavy. I probably wouldn't show that in church. I might ask people to go watch it on their own. It might give a description in church for people, but I think given the wide variety of audiences you might be speaking to, it's better probably in that case to intermediate between the actual video and your audience some. You know, sort of like how people throw up trigger warnings or other content warnings. I mean, that video starts with a content warning, which is like, well, this is a song about sort of a weird intermingling of treating your beloved like maybe a moral teacher or somebody who's going to correct your behavior, which so like I figured like, is this tied to the 50 Shades of Grey movie? Is this like on the soundtrack or something? But worth engaging with, but you should do so carefully and mindfully of your audience. Oh, briefly, the snowman is, I mean, it's a poetry thing. So it's, you know, it's got the literal truth that it always comes to my mind when I'm sort of trudging through snow, when I'm sort of forced to endure winter conditions. But like, a lot of people view that poem as being about a breakup and sort of becoming numb afterward. Sort of, you know, about the nothingness that is and that you are, the emptiness, and these sort of words. It works that way, I think. It works in a lot of ways. The reason I ended up recording it was not only because it comes to my mind every winter, but because I thought it was topical in the discussion of emotional withdrawal. And yeah. A lot of other things to talk about. The only one thing that's probably important is Spanish table manners. So you might recognize that, like, you know, sit up straight, hands in your lap is the way that English and American cultures tend to say, like, this is how you sit prepared to eat. You know, imagine me looking even more stuffy, maybe a tie or something, or a cravat. But in Spain, children are taught to rest their forearms on the edge of the table and have their fingers up this as a sort of cutesy, look, I'm ready to eat. And that came to mind because of the way Kyle drums on the table or his desk when he talks to the camera. Just something I'm thinking about. Anyway, this is long, so I'm going to stop. Bye.